One of the ways you can get material for your Tier 9 Awakening is to farm. Farming is something I hadn't really bothered with much up until this point. It was cool and all, but I just didn't have any real reason to want to do it. Now you can get these chance drops from farming crops that you can use to make Stonetail Fodder. Not many drop though. In order to get enough to actually get a lot, you're going to have to get really serious about this. First things first, let's get some fences which we'll need to plant in the first place. You might have that shabby fence from the quest, but that only lets you plant one crop, and to get more chances at these random drops, we want a lot more. So free up as many contribution points as you can before we get started. Now let's do an NPC search for a fence. You can see there are tons of NPCs in the area where you can get one. And now there are 3 kinds of fences available, a small, plain, and a strong one, and each can hold 3, 7, and 10 crops respectively. We want as many strong fences as possible. If you're set up in the Velia area like I am, the closest NPC that sells them is in Heidel. And if you're hanging out elsewhere, just find the one that's near you. Now, this one is right here where I want to go. For whatever reason, the pathing tool just never finds a very good way towards this NPC. So here we go. We want to click on Rent a Strong Fence. You'll need 10 contribution points. And now this part is kind of a pain because basically it's going to require you to rent the fence, go and put it down, and come back and rent one again until you have what you need. The NPC will rent you fences indefinitely, but won't do so if you have one in your inventory. If you have extra contribution points left and not enough to get another strong fence, then consider getting a plain or a small fence. And get as many fences as you can, and then let's, go to our planting spot. Okay, so this is my farming spot. I picked this area because I run my horses right through here, and it's just convenient. I'm sure that there are some better spots where there's more room, but I managed to squeeze everything I had here, and this is what I'm using. Now, this is what the strong fence looks like in your inventory. You can open your inventory and do it that way. You can put it on a keybind, which is what I did because I was having a lot of trouble finding a place. So here is where I'm going to put this fence. And it's going to pop up this weird interface. Oh. And you're going to want to look for a place where there's lots of little blue markers, basically. I think I want to put it right about there. And now you click it, you left click to kind of place it, and then you hit the space bar to, or you can click confirm. I tried hitting space, didn't want to work. Most things you can hit space for though. So here we go. We've got the fence down. Now, you're going to need seeds. I'm not going to really cover where to get seeds from because there's really a million different ways you could do it, and it's up to you how much time you want to put into it. You could get some through gathering. You could go over to Calpheon and buy seeds from that vendor. You could also just go to the marketplace. I would suggest going to the marketplace and just, I think I bought a bunch of high quality pepper seeds. And once you get started, they multiply like crazy. In fact, I would bring your wagon, if you're also leveling your horses, and use that as storage. As you can see, I've completely filled it, and try to make some space. I have like no space right now. My storage is filled. I'm kind of stuck with it. But if you're just starting, try and empty as much space as you can, or just do it on another character who doesn't have so much crap in their inventory. And once you have the fence put down, you're going to come up here and just hit F to go into placement mode. And now there's all these little squares. Now I'm sure there's some sort of perfect rhyme or reason of how to do this, but I don't really care, and I just kind of used common sense. You want the crops to be spaced so that they're not growing right on top of each other. I mean, that's how it is in the real world, right? And so this is just what I do. I kind of do this sort of a spacing. It makes it nice and easy for me. It's not hard to remember. And what I'm doing is I'm just left clicking on the seed, and I place it to left click it again with left click again, and then to confirm it you hit space. And as you can see, I have a bunch of blue seeds which all came from my green seeds. Now that should be it. When you are done, it won't let you place anymore. So then just hit escape and enter. And there you go. And basically it'll start at 0. And now these will grow automatically. But what's best is if you come up here, click on your little garden icon, and then right here, click list and put a worker on it. Now, I prefer giants for this, but I don't really have any room for more giants, and I don't want to get rid of this guy. So I'm going to put him on it, but goblins are kind of a pain because they work the gardens so fast and they completely use up all their stamina. So if you can put giants on instead, it's a much better system. So there's the freshly planted garden, and here is one that's been sitting overnight. And if we were trying to get plants, we would probably want these to go longer, but since we are just getting seeds, because that's how you get these chance drops, is from getting seeds. So you want to come up to the plant and you want to hit F5. And see, that just gave me one seed. Go up to another one, and another seed. Now you get a chance to get like upwards of 3 seeds. You can get all these other things. See, here's our first item. That is one of the things we're looking for. Seed half eaten by a bird. And if you notice, well, it doesn't say there. I thought it did, but just collect them, keep them, because we're going to need them for making the Stonetail Fodder. You see, you're going to end up with so much crap in your inventories, like you'll never have to worry about buying seeds again. They multiply like crazy. You might even get to a point where you're throwing them out. But as you can see, these drops, these special drops for the fodder, they don't drop that often. Like that's actually a couple, but that's rare. One thing I'm not sure of yet, because I'm still only at like beginner 7 as far as leveling farming, is whether or not you get higher drops the higher level of a farmer you are. I would figure that you do, but I can't prove it yet, as I am still a lowbie farmer. Oh, see, and here I'm out of the room again. I'm getting to the point where I'm just throwing them out, because I just don't have space. And I have almost all blue seeds at this point, so I'm kind of trying to phase out my green seeds. Okay, and now that we've got it all cleared, we can plant again. Now, if you put your workers on this farm, you will not have to worry about pruning or getting rid of pets or anything like that. I kind of messed that up a little. I think that's that. Yep. You can put water on them if it makes you feel better, but I don't find that it really is necessary for what we're doing. So now, here are a bunch of these items. These are all the items that you want to hold on to. There's the unusual fruit, the plant with rotting roots, seed half eaten by a bird, and premature fruit, and the mutant plant. Now, in order to make the Stonetail Fodder, you need different amounts of each. For the Mutant Plant, you need 20. For the Premature Fruit, you need 25. For this, you need 15. For this, you need 20. And this one, you need 15. And what you need is you need one of, or not one, but one of each with however many it needs. And you need to put them together in simple cooking. I'm not sure. This I have enough for, so I would need 25 of these. And I would also need the other one. I might have enough for this. Yeah, I do. Okay. So under simple cooking, you would want to come down. You would want to put that in and that. And then just click start. You can see I got 2. Now a lot of the time you get 3. This is how much I have total. I have 8 so far. And I've been farming for like 3 or 4 days now. So it does take a while, but it's also nice because it's kind of a passive way to get progress towards the awakening try. So it's definitely worth doing. And if I could figure out a way to free up more resources, I would have even more farms. Like you can see, I've got, I think like 4, no, maybe just 3 strong farms. And I have a regular one over here, like a plain one, and then my little shabby fence. But I'm definitely going to be looking into freeing up some more points because I want more Stonetail Fodder faster. So that's really all there is to it. And just, you know, put your giants on each farm. They'll do all the work for you. Come back. When you're going for getting seeds, they only need to be at 100%. You don't have to wait any longer than that. And just enjoy all of your Stonetail Fodders for free.